Conor basically saying Khabib is afraid of him.
I love that. Come on, he's afraid of him. Josh, you know he's afraid of him. He's afraid.
I can look. I'm a big Conor fan, but sometimes it gets a little ridiculous.
The only part of this that scares me is this.
He might believe it.
No, it's good if he believes it. I have no problem with that. But he has a fight, and he has a fight against a tough guy.
Yeah.
Now, I do think that he has the advantage in that fight, and going against a southpaw is tough for Donald.
Yeah.
But you know what? Conor better be on his A game to beat Donald Cerrone, because if he doesn't get past Donald, then there's no question about that Khabib fight. It ain't going to happen because you lost. So put all of your energy, all of your attention, everything goes towards Cowboy Cerrone on January 18th. And then after that fight, you want to put your attention to Khabib, go ahead. But just make sure that all of your attention is where it needs to be right now. And right now, that's on Cowboy.
Yeah, I don't think he fought. I think Tony and Khabib both make it to the fight this time. I think.
God, I hope.
I hope so. You know, it would be sad to see this fight never happen. I think they both make it to the fight this time, but I think Conor leads towards Masvidal. I think that fight's going to happen over the Khabib one.
That's we talked about that before, and that was my whole thing was, hey, okay, he's going to fight Cowboy. I think that sets him up to fight Masvidal, who has been talking about how much better and bigger he is, and that it's not even a fight for him. You know, that's just not true. And if he gets past Masvidal, that sets up the perfect timeline for Khabib, and it also because Conor's fighting in January, and Khabib's not fighting till April.
Yep.
So if he can get a fight somewhere close to April, May against a Masvidal, now you're talking. Now you've got 2 fights under your belt. Now you're putting yourself in a position where this is a good opportunity to be in line with all of your training being right. Everything's setting up perfectly to now go back off of 2 wins and getting that chance against Khabib. But he's got to get past 2 really tough guys in both Cowboy and Masvidal, and I'm not sure he can do that.
Yeah, I think he'll get past Cowboy because, I mean, I'm just getting nervous reading all of Cowboy's interviews, and I'm thinking to myself, come on, man.
Whatever his trainer is saying, he's only got a left hand, and I'm like, okay, dude, you have been watching videos with your eyes closed. Okay, don't say that. Please don't tell me that's what you're going after, and that's what you've been telling Cowboy, because that's just wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I'm thinking to myself, man, at least attempt the takedown or clinch or something. I'm just hoping, but whatever. It is what it is, and you can lead a horse to water. You just know with him, he sometimes just doesn't fight smart, and he'll just throw caution to the wind and fuck it, let's just do it. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah, but that's just that's what's made him who he is.
I know, but win the fight first, man. Win the fight first. Anyways, it's just one of those frustrating moments for me. I mean, look, there's no way Khabib is to go on our talking point. Conor basically said that Khabib's trembling in his boots. Trembling. He's afraid of him. He's afraid of that rematch.
Is an awesome word.
I can assure you all that are at home listening and watching that he is not. It's not even a second thought to him. Let's
put it this way. If Khabib was standing outside naked in the Siberian forest wrestling a bear, there would be no tremble in him.
No.
Okay? He's not trembling.
Yeah, not at all. I'm actually excited to see that rematch because you'll get a Conor that has been active and then goes into a fight, an MMA fight with, potentially more time and to work on his takedown defense and a little bit more of a game plan. I think the last fight got put together so fast and it happened just out of the blue. It was like, what? I hate you. Oh, I hate you. Boom. Conor's court stuff is over. Let's make the fight happen. It was all that quick.
Well, you're right, because and you got to figure all the time that Conor had stepped away from MMA, had stepped away from all the things that he was doing before, only to train in boxing, all of that time leading up to that Mayweather fight, and then all that time that he was doing nothing, living large, but not training and doing things the way he was. I've I'm lucky enough I get to talk with John every now and then. John is incredibly impressed right now with where Conor is at.
Is he just being
And
a
so,
trainer though? Is he just being
nope,
a trainer?
nope, he's not. He's always been very honest with me about things. And he'll like, he'll give me the little bits and pieces, about, well, we're worried about that little part, but we don't want people to know it because he knows I'm like, he's very impressed with where Conor is at. He honestly believes Conor is looking better now than he was when he was training for Eddie Alvarez.
So my concern though is that it's at 170, and my next concern is that he's putting on a little bit more muscle mass. He's never been known for conditioning and cardio. He's very fast and explosive. He's got power, all those things, which generally tends to peter out towards the third, fourth, fifth round. That's what concerns me. That concerns me a lot.
That would make you the smart man that you are because you understand the sport, and him putting on. And I saw him. He's gotten bigger. No doubt about it. This whole thing about, he's too small for Masvidal. No, he's not. Okay, but when you put on size, you put on muscle, your heart does not change. Your heart doesn't get bigger. Your heart just has to pump more blood to all that muscle. So it takes a while for your body to adjust. If you are going to go up in size, it takes a while for that heart to adjust to being able to pump that blood. And so it is the question. How long has he been, training at that weight, and can he maintain a pace? I believe that he can maintain the pace as long as he's the one in control of the fight. He's going to be able to maintain the pace. But if you're able to make him uncomfortable, you're able to push him past that comfort zone and make him stay there for, either short or extended periods of time. That's the question of now what's he going to be like going into the next round.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. It just scares me only based on the fact that he's had a history of, not having a great gas tank. And so putting on the muscle, like you're saying, just not pumping the same, and putting it on so fast. Getting big that fast, your body doesn't have a chance, I think, to adapt to carrying that amount of weight. You're not used to training with that amount of weight for a long period of time. It takes us years to get our body acclimated to training with whatever weight, whatever body mass you have. And so that's what concerns me. I mean, that's a good, legitimate concern, I think, I believe as well. But if John's saying that he's looking good, sure, he looks great. But does he look the same in the fourth and fifth? That's my concern. Because Cowboy, he'll still be there in the fourth and fifth, and he'll be trying to push the pace.
Well, if Cowboy can survive that left hand and all the other things that McGregor can do, then that's I look at it. If you're going to be a guy that's going to break down that fight, Cowboy needs, if he can't land something early, which that can happen in any fight, but I don't think it's going to happen for him. He needs to get this fight into those fourth and fifth rounds.
Yeah.
That's where he can do his best work.
He needs to get it into a phone booth also. I think he needs to get within that range where he needs to take away his reach, his length, his kicks, his power, and his punches. He needs to do all those things. He needs to fight him in a phone booth, try to press him to the fence. I'm not saying he needs to try to drop down on the legs and get a takedown, but he needs to keep him in that phone booth, that elbow, knee, clinch kind of area. So
and one thing that Cowboy is really good at is when he does fight in that phone booth area. The phone book's even smaller.
Yeah.
But if he fights him in that phone booth, he's really good at, he takes a step back with his right leg, plants with his left, and he brings the kick up high or to the body really well and sets it up really well. So if he can do those kind of things, he has a very good chance.
Yeah. I think he did something like that against Melvin Gillard, right? He
did that against Gillard. He did that against Martins. He did it against Rick Story. He's done it multiple times, and he's so good at it when he sets that up, because you'll just see him all of a sudden he'll take that step back, boom, plants the foot, and here comes the kick up high, and he's good with it.